And as you heard, we might be seeing a flattening of the curve. However, the Navajo Nation has a long way to go. It's been hit harder than any other Native American reservation in the United States. Team 12's Jen Wahl joins us live this morning from her house with how tribal leaders are responding. Good morning, Jen.
Yeah, good morning to you, Ryan. So later on this morning, the Tribal Council is going to hold a live town hall update where they are going to give the latest information on how COVID-19 is impacting the Navajo Nation. They're also talking about daily curfews and a plan to extend weekend lockdowns. The coronavirus outbreak on the Navajo Nation is not expected to peak for a few more weeks. So the tribe's president says they're staying proactive and praying for their people. Now this week, rapid COVID-19 testing will give quicker results at healthcare centers on the Navajo Nation because of more testing. The nation's president says there will be a spike in positive cases. So, he wants to make sure everyone knows that. There is a daily curfew in effect right now from 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. with Navajo police issuing citations to violators. And weekend lockdowns are extended too, starting this weekend from 8 p.m. Friday until 5 a.m. on Monday, stopping people from leaving their homes except for emergencies. So as of yesterday, there were 921 confirmed cases of COVID-19. 5 more people have died, bringing the total number to 38 who have lost their lives to the coronavirus. More than 4,700 tests have been performed with more than 3,200 negative results, and about 175,000 people live on the Navajo Nation. So this morning, again at 10 a.m., the Navajo Nation president and vice president will host their live town hall. We'll bring you the latest details, 12news.com and the 12 News app, so stay with us. For now, we're live from my home, Jen Wahl, Today in AZ.
All right, Jen, thank you.